Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee.
And of course, our friend.
Keep your plans secret for now.
And the people bowed and prayed.
I think we gotta get our audience to come up with a name with skull face here. But he comes out every Halloween now. Hey, everybody. Sorry you caught me working here. Can I borrow this camera a minute, Mr. O?
Oh, sure.
Does this screen up?
No, it's not. But
Why
now
not?
it is.
Well, up. Why are you on the cord?
Hi, Merwin.
I can't move. Ah,
Well,
okay.
sometimes I feel you should have some limitations, Bandit.
I have been hard at work on my price list for readings. So the first thing coming out really soon is that top one. Spooktacular news. We're offering Halloween Samhain readings. Those are special readings this year at a special not to be seen again price. So we'll be sending out information on that soon, and we'll have a screen made. Those will be available between now, tomorrow, and November 15th. And then we'll move on to some yearly readings I'm creating for the new year. And also, we have other readings that will be available soon, shorter readings for people to purchase either a video reading or an email reading from us, your choice. So the same price for whichever way you go. And if you get the video reading, you get the added bonus of being entertained by us for what it's worth.
And though it seems like we're moving at a glacial pace with all this,
Yeah.
just remember that until relatively recently, glaciers survived a pretty long time.
Okay. So, Skull and Bones is here for anybody who wants his sage advice, but we're going to start with a Halloween Oracle spread card for the collective.
Hi, Violet
Pick
Ann.
it. The Halloween Oracle I have here is by Stacy DeMarco. Hi, everybody. Hey, Merwin. Good to see you.
I'm glad about that, Kimbobulated. That sounds good. Hopefully things will continue to move in that direction.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay, Mr. O, I'm going to have you draw a card.
Alrighty.
These are red. I mean, it doesn't matter. Right reversed. Ooh, that's scary.
Ghost. Got a little
Ghosts.
reflection there, glarishness. Let's see if I can position
Ghosts are about regret. So there's a little few lines here. Like smoke rising from the ashes, a mist from the sea, the dead they are watching, they have come to haunt me. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. Should the ghost come gliding into your life during divination, which, I guess we're doing today, it may indicate that you have some regrets to let go of. Holding grudges or regrets is burdensome, and it weighs us down eventually. By taking actions to free ourselves of these old burdens, we clear the way for more rightful and wise action for the future. We can begin to live again fully if we let go of what was and step into new possibilities.
Look, I'm making a ghostly...
A ghostly glare.
She's astral projecting.
All right.
And it's very nice to see people getting acquainted with each other in our chat room, so that's very cool.
And let's see who I may have missed. Merwin, are you here for a reading today? I will definitely add you.
While you're doing any of that kind of stuff, I'll talk about the decks I'm going to use.
Okay.
It's Halloween, so I'd like to use my Gothic Tarot. And that is Major Arcana 13, Death. This glare is kind of a little bit of a problem from
Yeah,
back
we
there.
wanted to leave the shades open today.
There we go.
But
That's better. I'll
I
just
don't
have
know
to
why
tilt them
it's
a little
really
bit.
gloomy. It's surprising we're getting any glare.
And then I'm also using my Adrian Tarot, which is a fine deck.
I like the colors in that deck. I do.
And that is the Seven of Cups from that deck. And then I'm also using a popular deck here, I believe.
Go ahead.
And it's the Mermaid Tarot.
Oh dear, not that again.
The Five of Wands, bunch of mermaids with oars.
So do you have
Or
3
so
decks,
it seems.
Mr. O?
Yes, indeed, I have 3 decks.
Well, I have 4 today. 4!
Why
Because
would
I
you have 4?
I couldn't decide. So, all right, of course we've got the one I'm not letting go of for the holiday season. Let's pull out that nice Fool card. The Everyday Witch Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah
Nice.
Blake and Elizabeth Alba art, which I got her wonderful coloring book. Maybe next show I'll show that off. It's just awesome. I also have the Edgar Allan Poe again. Well, I guess I should show him as Emperor, right? I think that's pretty cool, that card. I love it. And Eugene Smith did the wonderful artwork on this deck. This is just a wonderful deck. Rose Wright was the author of the book. And then the whimsical, I believe Mitchell Osborne, Intuitive Me, just did a unboxing of this cute deck today. Kipling West's Halloween Tarot. There's the Magician card there from that deck. And finally, where is it? Our newest acquisition. It's really both of our decks, but you know.
But she'll probably use it more.
It is, and we'll grab the Lovers card from that deck, the Nightmare Before Christmas
Yes,
Tarot.
isn't that awesome? The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's pretty hot. Only a few people have shown it anywhere. And we got ours.
We got ours. And the one thing I did not do,
Here you go.
it's Abigail Larson is the author, and I didn't show in my picture I posted
Hi,
on
Josephine.
Twitter. The Nightmare Before Tarot book is really not a bad sized book. So there is some meat to this guidebook. I like that. And there's some original spreads in there. A couple of 3-card ones and another bigger one, I think 5-card. So they're very simple, but they're kind of cool in their own way. I think
Good
one
boy.
is called the Eye of the Cyclops spread or something like that.
Hi, Scott. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like
Oh,
it.
hey, Scott.
Never a great fan of the
Josephine?
movie. It just, maybe I'm too grown up for it. But I love the images in the movie, of course.
Well, you know,
I have a good friend who loves that movie, so
Oh, yeah?
I think that would be a nice gift for her, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe thinking about that. The price is really good on that deck too. I think it's only like maybe $22 or $24.95.
Yeah, it was pretty reasonable
Probably says
for,
on the
you know,
back of
tarot
the
decks.
box,
So, yeah,
but-
sure.
So anyway, we're going to get started, and also just again, I'm using my. This is the Sun card in the deck, but it is the Halloween Lenormand. It's an awesome whimsical
candle.
deck that I came across. All right. We do have
Hi,
one.
Sal.
We do have. Oh, thank you. Yes, it is a cool deck. We do have one announcement. Perhaps you want to pull up that screen, Mr. O.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody, what you doing next
Saturday. Next Saturday between 11 a.m. and 12:30.
We're doing a pop-up.
A pop-up live stream, and it's all about past life readings. And I'm going to be using a combination of tarot and something, oh gosh, you know, my table is way too crowded here. Something called
Hold on.
Awakening Far Memory Deck. Oh, sorry, that's right. Leave that. Okay, well. Awakening Far Memory cards, which is basically something we had fun doing on our regular live stream last year. These cards actually have positions for the culture you lived in, the environment, the occupation you had, the theme, and of course, how you died. And so the termination, they call
I remember
it.
we had a little fun with that.
We did.
Yeah.
And so we're going to combine a few tarot cards with some of the positions to give just a little bit more information to you and see what we come up with. So join us for that fun live stream and we'll see.
And remember, first come, first serve. We're only here
Oh.
90 minutes, so it's going to be, you know,
Yeah.
we're not going to wait real long if we call you and you slipped away.
Yeah,
Because we want to get as many people in as possible.
Right. So it's going to be just fun. And if you just want to come and watch, that's great too.
Sure.
So
let's
anyway,
get
it should
going.
be fun. We can get going now.
Now.
All right. Oh, it is fun. Trust me. You know, you might resonate to it, you might not, but it's worth a shot seeing what the tarot and these cards have to say about have you been here before and where and when.
And we have Divine's question already, so we're
Okay.
going to get going with that.
Yeah, let me go through the list as I have it here. And if I've missed anybody in all my blah blah, do let me know. So we have Divine You first, and then Levi, and then Angel Rivera, Kimbobulated, Violet Ann, Teresa, Merwin, Josephine, Scott. Did I miss
And
anybody?
Sonali
Sonali.
has come
Okay.
in.
We will throw that on here, Sonali.
So what deck for Divine? How about my Adrian?
Sure.
All right.
So let me take a look at that again. Tomorrow will be new boss, my new would-be new boss.
Oh, the presentation.
So, Divine, is the presentation about you? Or is it just a presentation?
Yeah, that might be interesting to know.
Oh, a cell. Well, let's see where we're... Oh, you just came in. Okay, I will get you... I'm looking back to see...
I thought I told you that Asel was here.
No, I thought you said Sonali. I did not
Well, I
see
said
it.
that one too later.
So, a cell came in first. Okay. And then Sonali. All right, we're all good, Asel. You're on the list.
Yay,
Thanks for
kitty,
telling me.
indeed. It's a somewhat truce.
We've made room for the kitty, and I have some room here to shuffle. Yes. Because I brought a plate of pizzelles out for us. Apple cinnamon, very seasonal.
Yummy. Do you really have enough room there?
Well, I could probably move Skull Man.
Yeah, maybe it's
Nobody
time to...
wants the skull. If somebody wants me to hit him up later for his sage wisdom, I'll bring him in.
About me doing
Well, I still don't have room, apparently. Let's
Ah.
break my fall plate.
Okay, so Divine has mentioned what clarified for you.
About me. Okay. All right,
Good.
awesome.
Okay.
3 cards on that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Divine. That helps.
Cut.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. I'll move these.
Yeah. I'm not very happy with this table arrangement, to be totally honest.
Well, it's
Okay,
it's a
so we have...
compromise.
Oh. The Knight of Cups reversed.
Okay.
We have the Eight of Cups upright. And then we have a King of Swords. And that's upright. So yeah, somebody's making a decision or somebody's being thoughtful about choices or things that they need to decide in some form.
Well, and somebody is not happy either. We've got the Knight of Cups reversed, which indicates to me maybe there's just a little dissension. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not.
could be.
That's the possibility here.
Or questioning whether an outcome will be happier best in terms of that.
You looking at that Eight of Cups?
Well, I sort of feel they combine a little.
Yes, I'm just wondering if somebody, I don't know how many people that are being presented to, but I just wonder if somebody is just wondering in their minds if they shouldn't be going in another direction. So they are weighing things. You know, I'm not going to say it's going bad, Divine, but I do think they are weighing things. And definitely that king is like judgment, you know, they're going to make decisions. I think decisions are going to be based on the presentation.
Well, the other point, too, would be
Okay.
that this could represent yourself, too, that maybe you're the one who is wondering how happy this will make you or whether you should be going into a different direction. It is possible.
It is possible. But I would say that out of this presentation, they are going to make a decision.
Yeah, it
But-
does look that way.
To me, I'm seeing like positives and negatives here. So let's see if the Lenormand has something to add to this.
And I'm going to try to reposition the camera so we get a better view.
Okay.
That might even include Sonny's tail. Where would we be without Sonny and his tail? Right, boy?
Hey guys, don't forget to like our page. We really appreciate it.
Please do appreciate that.
Like the video, and also just saying we just hit 200 subscribers. So thank you all for sticking with us.
What was I saying about the glacial pace?
Yeah, you know what? Little things mean a lot, and we've always been going onward and upward, and so hopefully that's going to continue. I love it.
All right. Thank you, Violet Ann. Thank you.
I am an eternal optimist, you know, sorta.
Unlike me,
Sorta.
I'm not that eternal or optimist.
This is really, really interesting, Divine You. You have the pumpkin, and I'll explain that one in a minute. And then you have the vampire. So the vampire is not, not that great a character in some ways. The pumpkin, on the other hand, is the clover in this deck. And the clover is meaning good luck. So I think that that's the positive here, because the clover always elevates whatever card it's next to. And the vampire is the snake card. And the snake is kind of somebody who's a little bit deceptive, a little bit sneaky, may not always have your best interests at heart.
I only pull out the idea that it could also represent at its root somebody who's cunning and somebody who's strategic, and so it could be saying that maybe there's really luck with taking a strategic or a cunning approach to this, how you position yourself, things you might say during, after the presentation.
Well, I think it's the boss that's giving the presentation, so in other words, your boss has to have that kind of quality. He's going to have to be very strategic in how he lays out the case for this. So hopefully it's going to go well, because the deal is you have the clover card there.
Right, this
so
is
I think
luck.
Fate and timing is on your side in some way, Divine You.
And this seems to be a decision that goes in your favor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's
So
what we think we
I'm
have for
just
you.
saying it's not without maybe some little complication
Hi, Angel
or
Mary.
somebody with some attitudes attached, but it looks like it's going to go through. So you should be happy about that. And you need to let me know.
Yes.
You need to let us know, Divine You. We wish you the best.
Thank you.
And who are you saying hi to?
Angel Mary.
Oh, how come? Oh, there they are. Okay. Hey, Angel Mary. Gosh, this tablet sometimes.
Well, it certainly is Mercury retrograde. We've been having all kinds
God.
of amazing and not so amazing little tech glitches and things going on.
Yes, and even on my workplace computer, it was a crazy week of nightmarish things.
You're welcome, Divine.
So hopefully everybody else is
Good luck.
surviving Mercury retrograde so far. You're welcome, Divine. We're keeping our fingers crossed. But
We
that
will.
clover card, that's a good thing to have on your side.
So it looks like Levi the Kid is up.
Yes, Levi is up. And then after that is Angel Rivera, Combobulated, Violet Ann, Teresa, Merwin, Josephine, Scott, Acel, Sinelli, and Angel Mary. Nice manageable
All right.
list so far. So we're really looking forward to having some fun on Saturday with everybody.
Oh my goodness, Levi, that almost seems like a serious question, of course. But definitely
Well-
something that you don't need to, make a rash decision on.
Yeah, regardless of what we tell you. But let's see what kind of insights we can give you on this. I think I'm going to go with...
You got a deck there?
I'm going to go with the everyday for this one.
That's very sweet, Kim. Wishing Divine good luck, too.
Yeah. So if you haven't checked it out, my Material Matters video went live this morning.
That's right. We had a couple folks in the chat room, so it was a little pleasant, and we sipped some coffee and chat a little bit. I threw in a little bit of glitz because somebody was saying the producer needs to jazz up the act a little bit. So I tried to throw in a little glitz. It wasn't really great, but I think you liked it.
I noticed that his emotional exchanges, he keeps adding little bells and whistles to, so I did whine a little bit, I admit.
No, I don't.
But wait till I get started on doing some of this production, Mr. O. You just wait.
But yeah, so that was Banshee's Material Matter, so it's there on our channel. And then my show on Fridays, the Emotional Exchanges, that hit too, so that's your week-long forecast for all things emotional. Check them out.
Yeah, we've got your question, Levi, we know. And I agree with Divine You. The energies right now are very chaotic, Levi.
Retrogrades,
all these retrogrades,
squares,
Mars
oppositions.
Yeah. So we gotta all hang in there.
And a lot of it has had impacts on the economy, or coinciding with everything else. But I mean, people were talking about this months ago, that some of this was going to play out for a while and really have a serious effect on the economy too. So some fortunes are made, some are unmade. Alrighty. So we have our 3 cards. We have the King of Cups, and that's upright. And then we have the 9 of Swords. Gonna have to do something about that.
It's reversed.
Reversed.
You can work with it. It's
I
just
can
the way
work
you
with
lean
it.
it. And it's the 6 of Cups reversed.
The 6 of Cups reversed.
Well, as far as your spiritual path goes, I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that your spiritual path, even if it seems like it's not, I don't know how to say that, if it's not calling to you right now, I think it's because maybe you've had some things that you may be healing from. There's been some worries, there's been some disappointments, and some of this is definitely from your past. It's not, I feel, really current stuff, but it might be old stuff that is resurfacing again. This is what I'm picking up from the cards. But to me, I feel that the spiritual path you're on, if you hang in there and you keep your resolve, can make you emotionally stronger.
When I see this card, the King, combined with this
Yes.
card, I think you, Levi, are being called to be a healer of some sort.
Oh.
Whether or not you feel you have healing abilities, there's also just an ability to be healing in nature to people, to give comfort to people, to nurture them in different ways. Maybe that's psychological, but I think that's a big part of healing for a lot of people, is making other people want to heal from within. And so I sort of see also what Banshee's saying too, is that maybe this thing, whether you see it in yourself or whether you totally face up to it, it's embedded from your past somehow. It's a result of things in your past, of maybe situations that maybe you felt if you were more in tune with, you could have done more to heal back then, whether it was yourself or for other people.
Or if you've, excuse me, if you've pretty much always been on this path in some way, maybe you feel the path didn't help you through a situation, whatever the case may be. But, sometimes we have to take responsibility for that. Sometimes we have to look back at how, what we did to contribute and what we could have done differently, what maybe we did not do. So I feel that also you should choose something in the path, a lot of spiritual paths have many different depths and levels, and you have to decide where your focus is going to be. And I think, like Mr. O said, your focus could be on more of a healing arts, and also I feel on kindness, and caring, because the cups are that kind of card. They're nurturing parts of the spirituality that have nurturing components to it. That's what you should really focus on.
And these are cups too, and I think that this doesn't necessarily have to say this is about deeper past. This could just be about things in the more recent past, because
Well, it could be.
goodness gracious, hasn't the most recent past of this last year or so been really hard on everybody? And so your reflections may be taking that into sense that maybe you're just really a lot more empathic than you realize you are too, and that you're really absorbing some of that. And I'm like that, and I don't always feel I have an adequate array of my shields. Sometimes I tell myself, well, you want to feel that. You want to feel that. But, it can be hard to be that way. And so you do have to figure out where your limitations are, or where your shields go up.
It's one thing to feel that, but it's another thing to know when to let it go, and how to process it. Because if you're just holding on to the pain of the moment, we can really get lost in that.
Even if it is a new path, Levi, the idea that it's informed really by your past still is valid. The key says you're finding out something.
So I don't know if you are in the feminine earth-based spiritualities or not, but Lady Pumpkinhead there seems to indicate that might be an option to look into, is, to find a patron goddess, or if you're in a Christian religion, it's possible the Virgin Mary, somebody who is, again, a very nurturing type individual.
We would call that, in any case, the divine feminine, or the feminine divine. The idea that, when you truly get down to it, God, or however we conceive of that, is really neuter, is really just there, and doesn't really have a gender.
So the other thing I wanted to add, Levi, even though it's a female, whether you're male or female, those cards are significator cards for the person we're doing the reading for. So what does this tell me? You are the key. You are the key in this, and how you want, you're the one who's going to have to decide the path that is best for you. And it's okay to do exploration, and especially if you're younger. I don't know your age. So if you are younger, explore different spiritualities and different paths. I integrate a lot of knowledge from a variety of different traditions in what I do and what I believe. So it's okay to do that. And I think that's where we leave it, and that's what we have for you. Do you have anything to add to that part that I just mentioned?
No, that summed it up really well. I believe that in some cases we do have a choice to a path, and sometimes a path chooses us, and then we learn how that path really was for us all along.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Interesting. So that's what we have, and good luck, and hope we see you again, of course.
Yeah, and keep
Take
us
care.
posted. Feel free to ask more questions along these lines. And that was a very good question, Levi. A lot of people, I'm sure right now, are disillusioned with spirituality and their paths. It's just because of what's going on. Many times, crises like what we're in with COVID, shake people to their core. And it's okay to, we know that happens. So that's what we have, and we are moving on to Angel Rivera. Hey, Angel, you got in at number 3 today.
Now, just don't tell us, she'll be right back.
No, hopefully you're not spraying the room down. Okay, all right. Well,
I remember you mentioned a child before, so I knew you were not a spring chicken, as they say.
well, I'm an old lady as well, and so the bottom line is, you never stop exploring. You never stop exploring spiritual matters and spirituality. I mean, will we ever truly know? We won't know until, what is it in Starhawk's Charge of the Goddess, The End of Desire. What's that line? If that which you seek, you cannot find within yourself, you'll never find it without. And that last line?
For behold.
Something about the end of desire. Gosh, I can't remember it.
I'm with you always, and I'll be there at the end of your desire.
Yeah, desire, which is, of course,
I don't
we
remember
will
the
know
quote. Okay.
when we pass from this plane on to the next, no doubt.
No problem, Angel. And you're welcome, Levi.
Oh, okay.
He seems calm today.
Yes, he is, but, that's because we gave him enough room to stretch out. When he's all crowded, he gets antsy.
That's what it is.
I know this table is not the way to go, but for now,
Oh,
really
wow.
helps.
Good for you.
Oh, yay.
Well, that's very interesting. I don't even know if that's a card read. That's more like, let's have a conversation for another hour.
All right, now let's see what the cards talk about here as far as
my
insight
turn, right?
goes. Yeah, you want to grab one of yours?
Okay, I'll use the mermaids this
Okay.
time.
I'm going to get out the Halloween Tarot for the next one.
I'm sure you're going to do really well because I know you're a good card reader and I know you have good interpretive abilities. The key is sometimes is also having to explain the whole gist of what you're doing to somebody who's really, that novice that they don't even understand some of the basic concepts there. And you have to remind people that, like we say, something like it's a snapshot in time, it doesn't prevent your free will.
Yeah, I've read at a public
got
library event before, but not on campus. I don't think it would be my stodgy campuses thing.
Yes, that's been a problem with me. Somebody who had a reading and they were an expectant mother, and the person was apparently really young and drama and said, "Oh, you're going to have a deformed baby." And it was just appalling when they told me what this person said to them. And of course, that didn't happen. And I read them the cards and said, "No, of course this isn't going to happen." Okay, so that's a truly bad worst case scenario. You have the Eight of Wands, so this will be a high energy kind of thing, I imagine. And that was upright. You have the Knight of Swords reversed.
Okay.
And you have the Magician.
Wow. Well, gee, Angel.
You got nothing to worry about.
You got nothing to worry about. This basically says you have everything you need right now to pull off a really great event. The Eight of Wands is just saying this might, you're just prepared to be really animated and busy because there's going to be a lot of different energy coming at you. So I would say maybe put up a little bit of shielding, make sure, you're protected from some of the more negative energy that might come your way, but there's definite energy coming at you. And what do you think about that Knight of Swords? I'm going to just say this, you probably will encounter some people that might give you a hard time about the cards.
It could be that. It could just be a few interlopers there. To me, that Eight of Wands upright, though, that card to me is saying chat and scat or less is more. That's sort of saying like, try to be aware of the time constraints you may have. The more time you spend with people, it's possible the more you might get pulled into longer discussions and distractions that you don't need to go through in that setting. But you probably know that too. I think that with that Knight of Swords reversed, I think it could say that maybe there is some other folks that will show up. This is a really one of those times where these kind of things happen. People are always showing up at somebody's event and trying to cancel it.
But this is a really good, I know it's just students and all of that, it's just a fun event, but it just seems to me that with the Magician card there, it might be saying that This is a really good event to
Creative.
showcase your talents and skills. This is showing somebody very skilled and ready to go. So all systems look really good, Angel.
Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't even speak to the magician, but
Well, you
it
did
just-
a little bit.
It just
You did.
says you're really at the top of your game there. You'll be in command of everything. So really, you can't lose at this event, even if there are these, provocateurs there. It really seems like you have the control over your part of the event, or your part of being in the event.
What I would just tell the students is knowledge is power. And the tarot is just part of that knowledge acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this. Whoa. So, the two cards came out from the two different readings we did. We have the pumpkin,
Which, as you said, is the clover and represents luck.
and we have the key. And the key is luck and timing and synchronicity. It's almost as if things are just going to fall into place really well at this event. You're going to feel really in your element. Everything is just going to kind of click, Angel. So I think it's just saying it's going to go really well. And maybe that's also indicative of just to trust yourself, because everything is on your side with this one.
I also feel like the Eight of Wands is saying the event's going to just move fast. It'll be over before you know it, and you'll just feel like really activated by it. So I think that's kind of cool. And I see we have Ima X out there, so we can
hi,
add
Ima.
you to
I'll
the
add
list.
you to the list. Well, that's good to hear, Angel. I'm not sure I could. I don't know. My place is incredibly multicultural and diverse. However, the academics are, I don't know, stodgy, for want of a better word. So I don't think I would even get the time of day to pull off something like that at an event. So I have not even tried. Okay, so Ima's on the list. That's what we have for you, Angel. Good luck with that. You'll have to let
You're
us know
welcome.
how that goes. That sounds
Absolutely,
like
I
fun.
definitely want to hear about that.
So after Angel Rivera is Kimbobulated, you are up. And then we have Violet Ann, Teresa, Merwin, Josephine, Scott, Asel, Sonali, Angel Mary, and Ima.
Alrighty.
And welcome. Thanks for joining us, Ima.
Aw, that's so sweet, Angel. Cool. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You are very
Nice.
welcome.
That's good to hear. I know there were some on our campus, but never any organization at all. And I believe there was somebody who was a mental health counselor whose wife was pagan. So, because he used to talk to me, but I don't even know if he's on campus anymore.
A couple years ago, when I was first getting involved in interfaith, I did some lecturing at a world's religion class at Henry Ford Community College, which is near U of M Dearborn. And I got very respectful questions and response from many of the Middle Eastern students there who were, Muslim most likely. And then I had rude, snippy, callow comments from a young man who said, "My father's a preacher." I knew I was in trouble.
Well, okay, so did you see the question? Because how are we
Yes, I
doing
did.
this?
I think it's a yes or no.
Well, yes or no first, I guess. We might have to add more to this one.
Yeah, I think we could add more
There's
to
some
it.
nuance because she wants to know when. All right.
A good friend of ours ran one at Wayne State University for a number of years.
So they're a little sticky because they're new.
It was called Full Moon Circle.
Wow.
It comes and goes,
Okay.
So this is our first time reading, Kim, with the Nightmare Before Christmas deck.
Okay. It's leaning towards yes.
It is.
But let me take a look at that question again.
Nightmare Before Halloween, I'm sorry.
I think they will come with an offer eventually, but right now they must be undergoing some major upheavals. We've got, some sort. We've got the five of candles here is the 5 of wands. And that basically means, sometimes it means competition, sometimes it means conflict, like there's some internal conflict going on. But I also think it could just mean some topsy-turvy stuff going on right now, probably due to, of course, the coronavirus situation, is my guess.
It may be possible that there's some sort of intra matter with people or positions associated with that, and so maybe they're sort of in a lock of some sort of stalemate over certain aspects or questions, where funding's coming from, who's really in charge of the position, things like that, things I probably can't even imagine. So it seems like yes is the possible answer, but it may be a stalemate going on right now.
Yeah, this is the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot, which is really awesome. It's based on the movie. And just for you, Angel, this is one of the pip cards, the 5 of candles, the 5 of wands. And you can see, even here, there is a little bit more to go on. But some of the cards are just the candles. And even then, I got some idea of, where to go with it because of the way the candles looked. So if I use this again, it may show some more. But that's kind of what I'm talking about. It is a little bit more pip-oriented.
A law firm, so energetic, feisty, younger members there is what that sounds like, in competition with each other.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. There is competition, so I don't know if...
The Nightmare Before Halloween?
there are other people trying to get into this firm that you are competing with at this time. But it looks as though it's going to happen eventually, but not until they iron out something that's going on internally over there.
I've never watched the movie, so I sort of feel like I'm a little bit like bad stepchild or something, because I know a lot of people, whether they're pagan or whatever they are, if they like Halloween, they like that movie. And I'm not sure. I think maybe it's just I'm not sure how to explain it.
Do we have any idea of timing there? I mean, if the wands is the that's pretty quickly, right? Isn't that within about a month or so?
I thought
6 to 8 weeks.
Wands are weeks.
Well,
Pentacles are...
I just think of it as being the faster cards. I don't know why.
True.
I'm thinking in terms of it's the 5, maybe within 5 weeks.
I'd like to say that something inside of me is saying by the end of the year, and of course we only have less than 3 months now, so I'd like to think that could be possible. It's just something I hear in my head there, maybe by the end of the year.
The voices in your head, Mr. O.
Indeed.
I'm a little worried about that. No, I'm just kidding. Well,
there's that damn vampire again.
Yeah, the vampire. We're getting a lot of repeat cards, which is interesting. So
Are you shuffling?
I am. So we're having the dark. You dropped the dark heart there, Mr. O.
Is that all
so
you
that's
got?
The dark heart, and then we have the vampire. Wow, what a perfect card for a law firm, eh, Kim?
Oh my goodness!
I'm sorry, I did not mean that, because actually I respect lawyers a lot. But we all know that, you guys have to have some sleight of hand in what you do. You have to apply the law, but of course you have to look for workarounds and stuff. The loopholes. That's what I meant to say. So I'm just saying here, it looks like somebody is trying to maybe push their own agenda. I guess that's the best way.
I was going to say push their own candidate, somebody that
maybe, or push their own agenda through, because this is like them trying to get them to sell their idea.
Yeah, but I'm going to still stand with the idea that it's just going to work out, but that there's just some sort of, slow turning wheels going on with maybe a few side machinations slowing it down more. Excuse me. Hi, Libra.
Oh, absolutely. I love lawyers. I do, actually. I get along really well with them, so... not that they're I'm not going to say, lawyers are my best friends. No, I don't have any. But,
at one point, we did have some folks who were friends, and they were in law school, And one of them sort of flipped out, and then the other one did become a lawyer, and that's pretty much when we stopped being their friend.
That had nothing to do with it.
Well, I think they just kind of distanced from us anyway. It was just happening.
You're not helping me, Mr. O.
Was I right or wrong?
You were right in a way.
Thank you. Scorpio, speak the blunt truths that no one else wishes
Oh,
to.
you are silly. No, man, where would we be without lawyers? I mean, we need somebody who understands law. All right.
Many years ago, I worked in the medical industry like this one here, and I remember there used to be a poster that was in the lobby of my library. It was the medical library I worked at, and it had this thing about, rating which profession is the worst or the cheapest tipper, and lawyers were at the top,
Oh,
followed
my.
by doctors.
Kimbobulated said
Hang in there.
thanks. You're welcome, and good luck with that. You have to let us know how that goes, too. Jeez. Hey, Violet Ann, you are up, and after
All
Violet
right.
Ann is Teresa, Merwin, Josephine, Scott, Acel, Sonali, Angel Mary, and Ima.
And I see the Sunman has left us. Oh,
You should not have said anything, Mr. O.
Look out behind you.
Whoa!
okay.
Well,
that
that's
was
good advice. Always watch your back.
obviously we're very corny at this time of year. What is
Okay,
coming?
Gotcha.
All right, we did add you,
Can
Libra.
we use the new one again, Mr. O?
Yes, we should, because Violet Ann said something nice about it
Oh.
too.
All right.
In fact, we could probably just use it for the rest of the afternoon if you want.
No.
No, okay. Well, we still could use my Gothic
They're a
tarot.
really nice shuffle deck. I will say, though, that they have a finish on them that are a little hard to separate the cards when you're trying to pull a card. But shuffling is fantastic. I love it.
And our friend Papa Squirrel did a unboxing of it a
Yeah.
couple days ago, which
And
was
Mitchell did as well.
he did too. That's right. Mhm.
I had to go watch them both because when I got the deck, I got so excited and said, "Oh, I remember they did unboxings. Now I have to go look at them and watch what they had to say."
But we might be amongst the first people using it in a live tarot stream.
So, hey, everybody, if you're interested in a really good tarot book, Fearless Tarot by Elliot Abram, I just reviewed it on Amazon. I'm the first reviewer of that book. I was really happy to get in there. And
We saw
I love it.
Elliot's presentation at the LunaCon several months back, and it was really impressive because he really even made me, somebody who's read tarot cards for nearly 50 years, feel that I was learning something or taking in a thought I hadn't really considered before. Anyway,
I love that card. That's the World card. It's really beautiful. Just love it. I love it. I love trees, though, so... Anyway, and then we have the Temperance card reversed. So the World is upright. Temperance is reversed. So you got two major arcana there, Violet Ann. And then the Knight of Potions, which is upright.
and the Knight of Cups, basically.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I wonder, if something. I'm getting mixed signals here with Temperance reversed and the Knight of Potions upright, but I'm getting a feeling that maybe you're going to have to be. What's coming towards you is something that might take you back a little bit emotionally, some emotionally unsettling experience. So you're going to be working on kind of balancing your emotions again. I think that's going to be important. But because it is a Knight card, it's something that's going to happen and it's going to be done with, and you're just going to have to kind of process it and move on. And the good news is that I think you're entering a really successful time right now. It looks like something maybe you've been working hard on is nearing completion or should be completed, and maybe you're going to start reaping some benefits from that.
I'm looking at it a little bit differently
Okay.
because I'm wondering if maybe something that is central or about the realm of emotions for you, maybe it's something to do with someone you know or care for or are involved with, is going to give you this window or this opportunity to work on creating that peace or balance in your world, so to speak, or that's showing you that there is more than one way to find the balance in your world. And I'm thinking that, of course, it just involves mostly to becoming more at peace with your emotional realms, accepting where you're going and realizing that sometimes you just are in the world and it may be a perfect world for you, but you're not feeling it, but maybe you need to take another look somehow.
Well, nice going, Mr. O, on that, because I do see what you're saying. The world and the night. You know, the world is about success. And what is success? I mean, a lot of times that's material progress and satisfaction. Sometimes it's within. But to me, you're seeing the two sides here, you know, emotional and that. And this is the problem. The temperance is in the middle and it's reversed. And so finding that balance between the two may be critical here to your success.
Yes, like maybe, you know, there's some balance issues between your projection into the world and the effect you want to be in the world, how you want to impact on the world, and then also what you expect from maybe a more, emotional life. That isn't necessarily a private life, but it's just that it's about, you know, having a place for both. Sometimes heavy is the head that wears the crown, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know. You can't always be everything. You can't always be everything.
All right.
Scorpios know
I'm going
that.
to even mix this a couple more times and see if we come up with different cards.
Is Teresa next, I think? She's
Yeah,
already put
I
her
see the
up. Good.
question there.
All right.
We'll get to you in a minute, Teresa. Thanks for posting.
Yes.
All right.
There's that dark heart
Did
again.
you see how many times I shuffled?
I did.
Okay.
Just
But there
don't let
is
it be a
something
vampire
else.
again.
Well, Violet Ann, so you have the dark heart and you have the cross. And that is the cross, that dagger. So I wonder here if this isn't something that's going to disrupt you emotionally a little bit. There's some emotional disappointment or sorrow or grief possibly coming. But I do feel, like I said, that Knight of Cups there indicates to me that it will pass. But unfortunately, it's something you're going to have to go through. And it could be romantic because, of course, we have the heart here. It's something disappointing at any rate on a heart level. Let's put it that way. So it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic.
This could be news of, you know, something that really is disturbing and rocks your world, so to speak. You might hear about somebody's really bad luck or something really bad happening, and it's going to maybe not reflect on you so strongly as so much as within your own core of feelings and how you want to be able to help them and where those limitations are, or how maybe this is about you helping that situation find the balance and figure out what they need to do to get back to their world too, because you're a helpful person too.
And that's what we have for you. I hope that makes some sense. Boy, this Lenormand today. Well, there was one new card in the batch, but I didn't want to see that one.
All right, so it's my turn.
It's your turn.
For a deck. And now I will use that Gothic Tarot.
And I'll get the Halloween
You're
deck.
very
out for the
welcome,
next
Violet
one.
Ann.
You are
It's
welcome.
okay.
Good luck with that. All right, we got your question, Teresa. Any good things changing or coming? Well, let's hope so.
How do we want to do that?
Just see what's in the cards. 3 cards.
Okay, sounds good to me.
And what did you use? Your dark deck for
The
that?
Gothic Tarot.
Okay.
I think there's one card where a skull smiles.
Oh, gee. Would you like a Pizzelle, Mr. O?
Why, yes, I would.
Apple cinnamon. I didn't even know they made those.
Light and flaky like me.
I don't know if they're that light, but they are flaky. Well, I don't even know if they're that flaky.
I know, I just had to say that though.
But you are.
Thanks for noticing.
You're welcome, Mr. O. All right, then.
Okay, our first card is the reversed King of Swords. Then we have an upright Knight of Swords.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of looks like an angel there.
Stay here. There you go.
And then we
Nice.
have the upright Hanged Man. Looks like a Dracula hanging there. Hi, Sunman. Are you back?
Well. I don't know how good. It's interesting because you've got all swords. And, you know, swords are cards of contention or difficulties, but also swords are, on a positive sense, about decisions and communication.
That one's not so bad.
No, I know that, but I'm talking about swords in general. And I know, Teresa, you've talked about things have not been going well, so I'm kind of memeing off of that. And I'm just saying that I feel that, you know, some decisions have to be made or reached in regards to how to make changes that are more positive changes in your life, how to make more positive changes happen. And I think a change or a shift in perspective is necessary or needed. The Hanged Man is somebody who is hanging to, you know, when he's hanging upside down, the world looks completely different, doesn't it? And so, you know, your world has been kind of turned upside down as well. And so now you have to shift your perspective in order to see things through, you know, to a more positive conclusion or light. Do you want to go ahead?
Well, obviously there's some movement going on here, as you mentioned, because you have that Knight of Swords, and that sort of is coming or going, and it's a struggle, or it's an adventure. It's an undertaking. That's the word I'm looking for, actually.
Unbelievable.
So I think what that's tempered with
Why do
is
you
that
do
in terms of moving, perhaps there are some decisions to make too, the King of Swords, about what you leave behind, and maybe this is not just necessarily, oh, I'm leaving behind Aunt Fanny's old rocker because it's moth-ridden, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, it's maybe about some other kind of baggage or issues you don't need anymore. So some of this may be an opportunity for you to try to go into that space and also say, this is a fresh start, I guess, if you're moving.
Hey, Patton.
Hi, Patton.
Well, definitely it looks like a decision has to be reached, a new perspective, a new outlook, and maybe that's what you need, a change of scenery to, you know, to make things better, you know. Okay, you know, sometimes we need to shake up our world a little bit. It's kind of like what they say about, you know, if you're looking for new things in your life, clean your house. Clean your house and eliminate stuff and make room for new growth to happen and positive growth to take place.
Oh, Patton, you must have
Hey,
got our
Patton.
check in the mail. You're saying such nice things. Oh, thank you so much. Very sweet of you. Really appreciate
Aw,
that.
thanks,
Really
Patton.
appreciate that. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we're excited. We just like to see it going in the right direction. And, you know, maybe I'll start getting more antsy and trying harder to get more followers once I'm retired.
The Knight of Swords probably indicates that you're going to come out on top with the negative energy because it's really about you being in charge. The King of Swords maybe looks a little bit contrary to that because it may be saying that some of the decisions you're making, you don't feel you're totally informed enough. And so you're worried a little bit about, you know, the negative consequences of some of your actions or decisions. But ultimately, I think what it does say is that you are going to find that you need to make some changes in a number of ways. What do you got?
I know you're older. Are you retired, or is everybody retired? You know, your husband or significant other.
They're trying to get back to work, if I recall right.
Okay, because I've got the Deadly Flowers, which in this deck is the Lilies, and it's with the Coffin card. And oftentimes that can signify a retirement. But failing that, there are other messages for these two cards coming together. I think it's an end to naivety or innocence. It's almost as if, you know, maybe answers were hard to come by before. You weren't able to really see your way out of particular situations. But I think that's coming to an end now, you know, and it seems like now, you know, let's say you've gone through this process and you've matured through the process, and now you're ready to move on. So I feel that this is showing, hey, I am done with things the way they are, and I'm ready to do something differently. I'm ready to do things differently. I'm ready to see things from a different perspective. I am ready to shake off whatever this negativity is and move forward.
Well, right. This is sort of, it's about, maturing or growing, but so in that sense, it's about really moving to another level.
Well, sadly, I don't see the work here for him right now in this reading, but, and that shows more of like not working, but I do feel it's as if some of this cloud around you guys right now is about to break. I think that the sun is going to pop back out again. I do. Because sometimes some things do have to end. We have to end this cycle, and sometimes we're the ones that have to make it end. Like making a move. Doing things constructively to try to improve your life will only open the door for more positive things to happen.
The changes may not be really where you want them to go due to lack of information or some of the other aspects we've already mentioned, but they're necessary, and ultimately they'll make you stronger. They'll give you some vantage, but it's not going to be easy. You're right.
That Kelly Clarkson song comes to mind. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
Excuse me.
I always live by that. I don't let things get me. I just toughen up and have to see my way through it. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of happy cards right at the moment, Teresa, but you just keep working at it because I think it's coming. I think I'm seeing a shift here with what those cards were indicating to me. What about you?
I agree. It's changing. There's something changing. It may actually be sooner because the swords are sooner cards.
Yes, yeah. So, Merwin, you are up, and I saw your question. Wow, everybody is on the ball today. And then we have Josephine, Scott, Asel, Sonali, Angel Mary, and Ima.
Oh, yes, it is a good song. Yep. Thanks, Teresa. Good
I get a lot of strength from that song these days.
Sonali, you did not miss your turn.
No, Sonali, you are still a little ways down. Merwin, Josephine, Scott, Asel, and then Sonali. So you got a ways to go.
And I just did the sunny cam for a brief moment.
Okay. All right, so let's look at Merwin there. General reading, okay. Hey, you're welcome, Teresa. You hang in there. This is not a good year for me, but I'm making it one anyway. It's the way I look at it. Even though I'm being retired, I have now come to realize I'm actually being redirected. Shuffle away. And I will take a puzzle break myself. Well, that flew out. And you bent it? Ah.
It was the one that was already bent. You told me that.
I didn't think I had a bent card in that deck.
It time traveled.
Nice try, Mr. O.
Thank you.
The Devil's reversed. Uh-oh. What the heck? The Death card is reversed. And the Seven of Pumpkins is reversed.
He has changed my set here.
I know, he keeps moving that with his feet, and I'm trying to get him away. Away. So, Sonny, come on now. So basically, don't make me move you. So basically, the Devil reversed is indicate, wow, this is so opposite. On the one hand, you have the Death card, which indicates things aren't moving at all. That there seems to be stagnation and a lack of growth. I'm just going to throw those keywords out there, but we'll get back to that. And then you have the devil reversed, which is like, well, you're ready to break off those chains that bind you. You're ready to move on. So maybe that's what's happening here.
Right, it's a progression because there's a need to really move ahead and move beyond a lot of restrictions right now, or at least if it's not a need, it's actually formulating the need, because you are facing some real stagnatory issues. Sometimes the card has a larger than life meaning towards society in general, but you asked about yourself, so we'll just keep it there. And then the idea really is about figuring out what you need to do to make the things happen, to bring the harvest home, to finish the project, things like that. So some of this is maybe your own inner sense of timing is really kind of messing with your head right now. Like you're just sort of saying, I have to do this before this or else this. Or maybe it's subconsciously feeling that way. So these forces are sort of driving you. But I think it's more in your head, and I think it is time to address those issues. You just don't have to really force yourself. It's really happening. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Well, that's going to be me, Teresa, a gig worker from home.
Excuse
But I'm
me.
also hoping to get my book finished finally. I've been working on for many years. So, Merwin, it looks as though to me that, let's put this in a more generic sense, because I could see this romantically, I could see this materially, in almost any area where, you're trying to break free from a rut right now. You feel like nothing's happening in a certain area of your life, and you're trying to sort out how to make it happen and what you need to do. And it's time to do something. It's not time to think about it anymore, I feel, in my opinion, with the Seven of Pentacles reversed. It's time to make things happen. But here's the thing. Throw away any expectations of timing here. Throw away that, this has got to happen now, or nothing's ever going to happen for me, something like that. Because this card is indicating to me that things will grow in their right time.
Not only do I see that too, Banshee, but I'm thinking that with that devil reverse there, it is saying that you just also need to do a little more soul searching and figure out where those blocks are, where those things that hold you back or make you consider somebody else's interest over your own, maybe, and how to just nip that in the bud.
So let's see what the...
You need to be the best devil in your own life.
Oh, dear.
I mean, she's got a blue dress on. Come on.
Well, the devil to me is about our shadow, our shadow. And so it's really, we don't want to trample down our shadow. I mean, our shadow is a part of who we are, but it's how we resolve issues that the shadow surfaces for us. And, and I'm very fascinated by shadow work. I am.
Yes, and there's some good material out there for using tarot cards to help you with your shadow work. Hey, son,
Well, we
man.
got new cards. Yay. We got the bats.
Oh, groovy.
Which is the birds.
The birds.
And then we got the tower. Well, that's interesting. Looks like there's some chatter or talk at work. You're still working, right? At least to some degree, I think. And it looks as though there's some gossip or talk going on at work. I'm not sure what this is about. I don't know if there's going to be positives or negatives associated with this. This is kind of neutral, both of those cards. The other thing this might indicate to me, too, is sometimes a tower is about people isolating themselves in their towers. So it might be telling you need to get out more and you need to socialize more, network more, if you, from a distance, of course, because of COVID. But it's something about that might be helpful right now.
I sort of see that, and I think I can't really add a lot more to that, other than the fact that because maybe it does look more like it's about the workplace than this other stuff is talking about where you feel your ambitions are stalled there, and or that maybe you think some devilish plot could actually help you there. It is possible that maybe there's just somehow inverting the way you're thinking about some of your work stuff that might fuel that, just because it looks like really that's where you really want to go, is you want to be productive or you want to create something. And I think this sort of tells me this is more about your work stuff. It's not totally about that. Maybe it could still have ramifications for those other things. You're welcome.
That's right. Good mantra to have there. Well, I hope that helps. That's interesting cards.
My mantra is the devil with a blue dress on is still a devil.
Hey, Josephine, you are up, and after Josephine is Scott, Acel, Sonali, Angel Mary, and Ima. And I'm playing with Sunny.
Okay, I think we'll go back to my Adrian.
All right. Oh, I haven't done the Poe deck yet, have I? I'll bring that out for next. Maybe if I get the scary voice thing, he'll leave.
If all else.
Oh, thanks for messing my chat up, Mr. Sunman.
Who are we waiting for?
We are waiting for Josephine. Hey, Josephine, are you typing?
Do you want me to type it in?
I can.
Do it.
Okay, I got it. All right, get that back down.
One more for you then.
Okay, Josephine, just go ahead, type your question.
Aw. Little Sunman. Okay, a friendship being fixed.
Oh, okay. So it's a when. Let's do
When.
3. Here you go.
I already shuffled.
Oh, sorry. Wait a minute, let me do it.
You could have used that space there.
I could have, but I don't want to disrupt his laying, except with my pen, because he likes to play with it. All right, no, you can't go there. You know that.
Okay, our first card, Josephine, is the Queen of Wands.
Yeah, he
remember
moved
that.
it again. Is that
Oh.
okay?
Well, it'll work.
Okay. Why are you doing that? Why?
And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is also upright.
Oh,
And then we have the reversed Three of Cups. Okay, so that's interesting. It may be that it isn't exactly a mutual decision. Like, you may be the magnetic, friendly, strong, attractive person that wants to do that. And maybe they're looking at things as not as happy as you. Who makes the decision? So do you press on more and really, try to work harder? Because I don't see a when here exactly.
right.
Do
We
you?
have 3 different minor cards. So none of them's giving me a good timing thing.
Wands,
And
swords, and cups.
to me, it's looking at, like, right now, a stalemate of sorts with that Ace
Yeah.
of Swords in the middle. Now, the Ace of Swords, Josephine, is generally a very good card, but I feel that to achieve it talks of a victory or success, but we have the Three of Cups reversed here, and to me, that's not a coming together of people. That is still kind of a separation thing going on. So it looks as though this is your goal, is to try to heal this. It's almost as if it brought up what your question was. This is kind of unusual
Well,
that it came out like that.
An answer could be that it's just going to be an ongoing work, and that maybe there's something more to do to fix it, as you said.
I think it's still a work in progress, most
Yeah.
definitely here. See what the next card is. I'm just curious. It's the
Devil
reversed. So it's as if somebody has to liberate from, the thought processes that are keeping you separate. Somebody has to decide that they're over it, because maybe they're not over something that happened that caused this friendship to part.
As it is a friendship, and not like, a closer kind of relationship, the devil reverse could be saying that maybe one or both people feel addicted to each other, or feel like something about the friendship brings out worse qualities, or doesn't make them look the way they want to look, something like that.
Well, it's reversed, so I'm wondering if it's more the element
You're right, it's
of,
about the breaking out.
breaking out of that.
I'm
So
sorry, I misinterpreted
it's possible here, like you're saying, though, that is the issue, that somebody feels they needed to take a step back from a situation that was becoming overwhelming or oppressive in some way, because that would be the devil upright. But I feel here that there is still some disharmony. The Three of Cups is showing a disharmony to me. When it is upright, there's a lot of harmony and joy, and when it's reversed, those cups are overturned and it's not happy. So I don't see it moving at the moment. I still don't. Let me see if the Lenormand might throw something else in there about timing. Well, I could read this two ways, and one of them's not as pleasant. We have the Grim Reaper card there, which is the, it's the Scythe in this deck. And there's the Child. And so I almost feel like there could be something, some small thing that happens, or maybe this is just talking about the situation. I'm not sure what caused your friendship to dissolve, but it's showing that this was a deep wound, that this was a deep wound and cut, and, it's going to take small steps to heal it, if at all.
I'm going to just go with that too. I can't see anything else there than the fact that...
And so I can tell you, Josephine, just by the looks of it, that progress for this resolving is very slow right now.
Yeah, nothing says it's impossible. It just sort of says it's baby steps, and or it's just going to go at a rhythm of its own desire.
And I think that's why the cards are not saying that they are seeing a positive resolution at this time. So it looks as though things are staying kind of the way they are.
With the devil reversed, I wonder if maybe the issue is about a sense of autonomy that one or other persons have a need for that isn't being addressed, or something like that.
Did you read that?
No, I didn't. Yeah, so some of this makes sense in a way. it may be that it's just fruitless,
Right. Somebody felt very unfulfilled. It is possible that this person is not willing to change. But I certainly see here that you are somebody who really wants to mend this. And I'm not sure they're willing to make that step yet. And if they are, you're going to have to be willing to work a long time with them to make it happen.
Maybe they just want to be free of this concern.
It's possible that could mean
which
that.
is sad.
Yeah. I wish I had better news for you, Josephine, about that. And remember, the tarot's only a snapshot in time, and it is not your ultimate destiny. You can, of course, do things to try to see if you can't nudge this along.
Maybe they're in another relationship with somebody where it's addictive and they don't like them having friends, or maybe it's a friend who doesn't want them to be friends with you. It could be, I'm just picking up a glimmer that maybe there's a jealousy. The devil often addresses jealousy too, in a way.
So anyway, like I said, I just don't see this
You're
happening right now. Hang in there, though. And like I said, I was actually trying to say that maybe, these are, if you want this to move at all, it seems to me by looking at those 3 cards up here, you're the one that's going to kind of have to initiate it, and since you already feel like you've been putting out too much and not getting anything in return, you may want to think about that. Because it sounds like more of the same to me then.
But thank you for being a nice person in that regard. Some people would just give up a lot easier.
Yeah, some people would give up easier. That's right. So Scott, you are up. Are you with us, Scott? After Scott is Acel, Sonali, Angel Mary, and Ima.
Alrighty. Oh, good. I can rearrange the camera and make it look
For a
better
moment.
finally.
Till the return of the cat.
Oh,
Sounds
boy.
like a horror movie. The Return of the Cat.
Isn't there a movie with giant cats?
There
Well,
should be.
Oh, there's that one, though, about the cats where they're all like shapeshifters. I can't think of the name of it. That's a creepy one. Hi, Scott. I would like to know how things might go at work.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Workplace.
So we're going to use the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Nevermore.
That's what I'll say after I retire. Here you go.
Alrighty.
Who am I kidding? I'll always be working somehow, some way. Busy, busy, busy.
Yes, you didn't let me retire. You made me go and get a part-time job.
I didn't push that.
You did.
I just mentioned there was one in the area.
Oh, okay. I don't remember if you told us what kind of work you do.
All right. Yeah, Scott, I kind of see that. But here we have the Lover's card. That card is upright.
It's a nice deck.
And here we have, though, the Five of Pentacles upright. And then we have the Eight of Cups, and that one is reversed. So,
Well, you may not be able to change if that was entering your mind. You may not find that there's a real path away from there.
right, I know. It looks as though
If that's what you
you're kind
want.
of stuck right now with a rather difficult situation. The Five of Pentacles reversed, I don't know if that has anything to do with finance or money in regards to your job, but it could. It could also be some type of loss at work, whether it's a loss of authority, whether it's a loss of pay, a loss of a position. You're moved around to something you don't want to do.
A loss of confidence in somebody else's abilities or discernment, especially if they might be in a position over you and they direct your work or tell you what to do and you're not feeling like they know what they're doing. Maybe that doesn't apply to a boss or supervisor. It could apply to just other people that you might have to partner with.
Now, the Five of Pentacles, it's a very challenging card. But one thing about the Five is that as dark as it is, there is a light. There's a light of this church window or whatever that is in the background. There's help out there. There is a guiding light. So it's kind of like you have to seek out somebody who might be able to help your cause. You know, maybe if it's a union issue, for example, or if it's a problem with a supervisor, to go to HR. There should be some help available. If it's also a loss of a job and you have to get some assistance from some assistance programs there, that might be what it's talking about. And go ahead. I know you're dying to get to that.
I don't know that I'm dying to get to that, but I'm just wondering
Okay.
if, of course, this does sort of signify a choice that may be coming to your workplace or a choice that you're thinking of. It mostly looks like you're going to take the higher road in regards to what this question or decision might be. So I don't know, maybe there's like competing elements in your work culture and you're feeling like you're being pulled to make choose a side or something like that.
Sadly, this is very interesting, Scott, because I was like, I'm just going to say I was offered a choice and neither choice was very good. And I'm wondering here when I see that Five of Pentacles, and of course this kind of stagnating, as if you have some options right now, but they're not very good ones. And that is probably the dilemma, is, you know, you have to choose between, you know, one evil, so to speak, over another. And which is not a good place to be in. But like I said, seek some advice from somebody. You know, even if it has to be an attorney, whatever the case may be, I would definitely try to seek help and advice on this. And let me check the Lenormand and see what else we get here. You know, it's funny. Like I said, it looks like with I think this happened with Teresa, and did it happen with our previous reading? Sometimes the cards just are so in tune with the energy going on with your present situation, they just basically talk about your present situation. And I can't give you a lot more on that.
Right, with Teresa, I think they were looking
Yeah.
for a time frame, and we didn't see it. We just saw that the issue was just hanging there.
Well, Josephine, I think, was too.
Or it was Josephine,
When
yeah,
would
I'm
that
sorry.
end? Yeah.
And sometimes we get time elements from the cards, but nothing's really popping out here. So it seems like this is a situation that just has its own life. It doesn't look like it's a long life. Like maybe it could move along. What do you got? The deadly flowers.
The lilies
The lilies. Whoops.
and the haunted house.
And the haunted house.
So it's almost as if I sometimes look at the lilies. They have this. I don't know. They to me they kind of seem fragile in a way. I don't know why. I think of fragility, which maybe is wrong. You know, lilies are often used at funerals and stuff like that. I think that what it's saying to me is you're in a very vulnerable position right now. And I think that you feel like you're out of your element here. The house is here. You want to feel comfortable with things as they stand. But, you know, you're feeling vulnerable at this time, I feel. I don't know why. I'm just picking that up with these cards.
A thought that I'm picking up is that maybe they're saying they might have problems keeping people at work, and so they're suggesting options.
Early retirement?
Not early retirement so much as maybe diminished work weeks or accepting pay decreases or things like that. These cards give me that feeling, and you didn't say it.
Well, sort of.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if that's one of the things that it's enough of a shift in terms of how they're operating that it's really going to affect people, or certainly you. So maybe those kind of things. And once again, that kind of takes it to the area of that card there too, where you sort of feel like you don't have a lot of options. You mostly just need to be heard by other people and maybe let other people comfort you or give you some advice. There may not be a specific advice that's going to help right now. It just might be holding on and
Well, it
waiting
just
it
might
out.
be helping you get through it. You know, there may be some options to make things improve slightly, but that Eight of Cups is indicating to me that right now things are not going anywhere anytime soon. So hang in there. That's all I can tell you for now. Or just start assessing your options and if there are any, and if you have to, move on to something else. But for now, at least, it's staying the same. And I would say let's check these energies again in another week because, right now it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very promising. I just have to say that, Scott, and I'm sorry about that.
Right, and a lot of the stuff that's going on is also probably being messed with by the astrological energies.
Yes,
There's one or two retrogrades going on. There's various things going on.
Bad communication snafus right now.
Yeah,
everything.
the communication stuff too. And
Yeah.
if there are any little weird electrical or wiring things happening at your workplace or elsewise, this would also be a hallmark of Mercury retrograde, computer glitchy things.
Yeah. So hang in there. I'm wishing you the best. Just hang tough. Hey, Laura, thanks for that. And yeah, we're really excited about hitting 200. And, thanks for also stopping by to like the page. You set a good example for our chat room here. So please, everybody, follow Laura's advice and like the page. And we appreciate that. So just had to throw that out there.
All right, Scott. See you next time.
Yeah, see you next time, Scott. Do hang in there. No, not a lot of options right now, but I do think somebody may offer some advice or assistance. At least give you more to think about and process about, what the future might hold. So keep that in mind, because that's the light in the Five of Pentacles. Asel, you are up. And after Asel is Sonali, Angel Mary, and Ima.
Alrighty. We might get out of here in time today. We love being here, though. We really do. We like
Absolutely.
everybody here. We love reading for you guys. We feel so blessed. I'm going to knock on wood. We hardly ever have problems with trolls.
We have a few, but it's been
not lately.
Yeah,
And sometimes after something posts, like some troll might put something down there like, hey, want some sexy action? We just delete it. They don't do it when we're live as much.
Hey,
so.
I don't go on their pages and sell my product, so I suppose I could do that, but I'm not sure I want to.
Okay, we have a when question from Asel.
Okay, when do you see a positive career change coming my way?
I'm going to use the
Wow.
mermaids. Or do you want to use that one?
We can use a different one. Do you want to use the Halloween one?
Go ahead.
So, well, Asal, I don't know what we're going to get during this COVID crisis, but let's see. Everything is so crazy right now. So anyway, Mr. O did a real funny with this deck. I was teasing him and shuffling the cards after we got it, and I said, hey, maybe I should mix the cards up, shuffle really good, and do a question, find out who's going to win the election. And he said to me, that truly would be a nightmare before Christmas.
Or Halloween or whatever.
So we decided we're not going there. Although actually I have. I'm just not saying what my cards have said. All right. Here you go. So do you find them easy to shuffle? Because you shuffle differently than me.
They're not bad. They'll only get better.
I like the finish on them. I do.
Yes. Yeah, it's nice. They're really a good deck. I like them.
And it was our son, granddaughter, and daughter-in-law that bought us the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck.
Thank you, Junior Goddess and granddaughter.
For our anniversary next month. He said we couldn't wait to give it to you because, of course, it's Halloween. So they wanted us to be able to use it.
We miss them. We don't get to see them as often,
No.
of course. They only live 10 minutes away.
Wow, we got 2 queens.
Oh.
And the cards are sticking together. Come on. Here we go. The 8 of Cups reversed again. All right, so we have the Queen of Potions upright. That is the Queen of Cups. We have the Queen of Presents, and that is reversed.
And that's like the Queen of Pentacles.
Then we have the Eight of Potions reversed. So there's 2 cup cards here. So what are cups as far as timing? They're longer, aren't they?
Months.
I think so.
Pentacles are years, right?
Yeah.
Wands are weeks.
I think it's going to be a little bit of time yet, Asel. I'm sorry. And here's part of the reason is it seems as though it's, times are hard right now, and I think it's about money. I think it's about money and resources, and that a lot of people aren't hiring. And if they are hiring, it's possible, the jobs are not paying as well as they should or with enough perks and benefits. The Queen of Cups up right here indicate, well, go ahead. What do you want?
I was going to say that the Queen of Cups, or the Eight of Cups reverse, seems to, again, like last reading, issue kind of a stagnation of sorts, or a feeling like the movement won't avail you, so you're probably not going to go that way. You're not going to move into another direction. You may just decide to stick with where you're at.
Looks like you're staying where you are if you are employed right now. It looks like you're kind of staying there for now. And, I think that it might be better for you to do so right now.
It's mixed to me.
I know.
Emotionally,
I know.
there's sort of tenderness, kindness there. People like you. But with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it could be that there are some people who, I won't say that they're a big enemy, but they're people who maybe are a little bit less pleasant to work with. So you have a mix. You have a mix of mostly good people to work with, but then you have some maybe unpleasant people to work with. And I'm thinking that is just there because you're stuck there.
Well, it's funny you did that because I was kind of putting these 2 cards together with thinking that, maybe just right now because of the way everything is, that, you're better off staying where you are for your own security, your emotional health and well-being, and even though it's not as satisfying and fulfilling as you'd like.
Because maybe what else might be out there is just not going to be as
Pay off.
It's the financial return with that one. So, right, you may find a hard time really getting a better prosperity through employment at this time.
I think it's going to take some time to shake out and see. I'm not going to say you have to wait till COVID's over, obviously, who knows when that's going to be. But I do think that things are going to, I think once the world comes down to, we really have to change our attitudes on this, that maybe there will be a new normal, that finally people will be able to start finding their place back in the world again. I'm really sensing that.
The amount of restructuring is just going to be immense and take a long time.
As bad as the first wave was, apparently, I just don't want to say it this way, but we apparently as a world have not hit bottom hard enough yet. And you know what they say, you have to hit bottom before you can pull yourself back up again, and I think that's what's happening here. Wow. So look what we've got here, Asel. We've got the old ball and chain, which indicates it's the anchor in the Lenormand.
Kind of staying in place.
And then we have the candy, which is flowers. It really might be to your benefit to stay where you are right now, if you are able to. I don't know if you're suffering cutbacks or whatever, but it just might be better to stay put at the moment. The outlook looks better there than for moving forward at this time. At least not for, I would say, and I'm going to be generous here, for the next 3 months. The candy is the flowers. Not the lilies, the flowers.
Right. I'm feeling that too, that whether it's forces or not, it really is just better to stay in position. I mean, things may be making you stay in position, the fact that there's a sluggish economy out there or little prospects, but it may just be saying, right, what Banshee says, that this is more in your better interest. Mm-hmm. And the flowers really speak to...
It's like a gift, or it could be praise, it could be a promotion, maybe, or it could be a raise in pay, some little perk. It's more a little perk. So it could just be an acknowledgement that you're doing a job well done, something
Well,
like that.
maybe it means if you wait, maybe something will sprout.
It could be, but I'm really thinking under the circumstances that it's just saying staying put right now seems to be the best bet. Because I'm just getting that indication here with the cards that we drew. And I totally agree with you, Angel. I mean, obviously I said that, so I'm glad you agree. Is I know that's true. We have not gotten close. It's bad. And why we have to hit rock bottom before we learn, I don't know.
Because we're on a big drunk. The
Yeah.
world is on a big drunk.
Maybe.
Sadly.
I just think we're in denial.
Yeah.
There's a lot of denial going on, and willful denial, and I don't know what else to say.
Sorry.
So Estelle, good luck with that. I
Good
wish
luck.
you the best, and I hope they're wrong. Remember, they could be wrong, and I would say just keep putting feelers out there, but be careful, and make sure you investigate any move you want to make well. Hey, Sonali, you are up, and then Angel Mary and Ima.
What about Libra Cuss?
Libra, when did you get here?
A while ago, and I told you
What?
that.
Well, certainly was it before or after Ima? I'll put Libra.
Before.
Really?
I believe. Yeah, I believe so. Hold on. Libra, do you remember when you came in? I know it was a while ago, and I mentioned it, but...
Doggone it.
Oh!
I see Patton. Teresa, Violet Ann. There's Libra. She was definitely, I think...
Did we miss them?
No.
Should we have done them
She was
three?
after Ima.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So
Good.
we've got you, Libra. We got you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sonali,
Sonali is up.
life purpose. Let's do the Adrian Tarot for that one. It's a little more lofty.
Did I even acknowledge Patton here? I don't even remember. But
We chatted a little bit with them. I
Okay.
think they said they didn't want a reading, right?
yeah, no, they didn't.
Patton was giving us lots of love today,
Yeah, that's
dear.
right. Oh, about the 200. That's right. Okay. Sorry.
If you're still here, Patton, thank you.
Maybe I need some advice from the skull guy.
Oh, I thought you were going to reach for candy.
Oh, maybe I need more pizzelle.
Your luck will change for the better.
Oh, I hope so.
And the stunned chat room was silent.
I need more luck. I'm waiting for. Oh man, I've been just off by a number on some of these lottery numbers I'm playing. All right.
What is their life purpose in the world?
Okay,
Cut them.
that's right. You shuffled, and I'm using the table again. Wow.
Do you want to pull?
Oh, you know what? Went to sleep in the tree.
Oh. I'll have to show them later. I like that one.
Wow, that's wild. I don't know. We got the Nine of Cups reversed.
Yes, that's the Nine of Cups, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So I didn't know
No,
what
it's...
you liked.
Oh, it is 9, yeah.
Judgment's reversed. But the 8 is upright.
Yes, movement. Well,
And what is... Oh, it just says judgment on it. I thought maybe it had another word.
my thought with that one there is saying that part of what your purpose could be would be the fact that you are here to maybe listen and help people who are having a hard time with seeing the spiritual in themselves and finding themselves awakening, because that's another thought about the Judgment card, is sort of awakening to a new experience, a new spiritual understanding. And maybe this is going to happen sooner for you than not. But with that Nine of Cups reversed, it sort of speaks to the idea that this isn't really happy for you necessarily, but it may be what you have to do, that you're helping other people with their unhappiness, I guess, basically, is what that could be saying there.
Well, this is kind of a tough one for this question, Sonali, I would say, because they are difficult cards. So what is your life purpose? Your life purpose is to seek. It seems like you're constantly on a quest to seek fulfillment. And to me, it's indicating that you're often not satisfied. You're constantly seeking for something else. And I feel that, you need to focus the energy. Your life purpose is to learn to focus your energy on the things that you truly want to make happen. You need to find a focus for that energy, though. It seems like you have a lot of energy to give to something, but you have to find a focus. And so it seems like you spend a lot of your time doing that, looking for that focus. And when it comes down to it, you might do yourself a disservice by not settling on a particular path.
Hi, January girl.
Hey, JG. I probably will. We'll get to you. We'll fit you in. We'll go a little over time, but it won't be a big deal, JG. Just hang with us. This is really tough because this reversed is kind of like. And also, I think that you're going to be working on, like he said, maybe sometimes your purpose is that you have to set aside your own feelings of fulfillment and contentment because you're putting a lot of your energy into helping others. And so it's not to the extent that you said it, but I feel that there is a service or a help or aid that you're going to be giving to others that will leave you feeling like maybe you have to set aside some of your dreams and goals for the betterment of the people around you.
Well, I'm wondering if you are receiving that job and that's a civil service job, that is the functionality that presents these opportunities to you, that you're able to help people in a real and practical way, and that sometimes those are people who really do have, less than satisfactory conditions, both on the physical level or within their emotional level, and maybe also on the spiritual level. And I see we have Janice Kath here, and I think we can squeeze you in.
We'll try to fit you in, Janice. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
I'll throw you on the list.
We have a few people in front of you,
We usually stop at 4, but we're going to go into overtime. So we have the pumpkin here, and then we have the deadly flowers. And so you know what? I get the feeling, okay, Sonali, I don't know your age, but I really have the feeling here that you're really going to come into your element and discover more of your life purpose later in life. I know why. I feel there's a maturation process that has to go on here, and that, that timing is important here. And if I put these two together, I'm feeling that this is something that is going to develop over time.
Right, and I think this is like the clover, right?
Yes.
Right, so this brings something important to you when this happens, because it really brings you not just luck, but also the feeling that you can engender that maybe to others, because that would be part of what you're trying to do, is trying to be helpful to others. So that realization, that click when that happens, just provides a lot more weight behind you and confidence it will give you to be able to express these kind of ways you want to help people.
Okay, so Angel Mary, you are up. That's what we have for you, Sonali. I hope that helps somewhat. I know it's a little vague, but I do feel that, you know what, your life purpose is still a work in process. Gosh, I don't know why I'm bringing up music today, but here's another pop
My
song
cards,
for
please.
you. the what?
My deck, please.
Okay. The rest is still unwritten, I was trying to say. From that song, Unwritten. So I think it is yet to come and be discovered. Angel Mary,
They're
you
not
are...
that they're negative. They're just really sort of suggesting work to be done.
Yeah, I think that that's it. You know, and I have to... Negative cards, whether they're negative or positive, they have to be read in relation to the question that you ask. So when you ask about a life purpose, how am I going to interpret a negative card? I would say that personally, like for example, the Nine of Cups reversed, is that, you know, you feel that you have to set aside your dreams and your desires for the betterment of others. That is a life purpose in a way. So, and it's a negative card, but it's viewed in the light of the question. So, yeah, think about that a little bit there. And I just feel it's not giving us a definitive answer yet, and it's saying that you need to discover this in time still. It's
We
going to
may
take
want to
time.
try again later with you sometime.
So, Angel Mary, you are up, and then I'm a Libra January girl, and Janice, who just joined us. And we're going to cut the list off with Janice.
And I see Angel Mary's question. Thank you.
Okay.
So I have picked the Mermaid Tarot because it seems like the one that really is nice for relationship type questions.
So, what is blocking you, and will it change? Well, let's see what we can discern from the cards here. Oh, no, we will not change our mind. Worry not. So maybe it's time while I shuffle to show the Saturday thing again and remind people.
Oh, yes.
So we have
Okay.
some new people.
I was thinking of something pithy to say instead. But instead,
No, don't.
we'll talk about the fact that next Saturday we're having a special live pop-up stream just for 90 minutes from 11 a.m. to 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be using 2 or more decks possibly to work with some past life readings. We did something like this similar last year during the Halloween season, and we had some really nice sessions there. So we're going
It
to
was
try
fun.
this. Yes, and so it's fun, but it is first come, first serve, and
We won't read for everybody. There's just no way.
And if we call for you, we are not going to give you as much time to respond. So if you're not there, we are quickly going to move on to the next person because we just need to do that.
Okay. So we have the Three of Cups upright. Five of Pentacles has returned. I don't like that card. And then we have the Chariot reversed. And it's interesting because I know your question was about what's blocking you. And the Chariot does show kind of a blockage or kind of being stuck. And so what are we stuck in? Stuck in old patterns, some things that we need to release before we can move on. There's something that is blocking forward movement. And you feel it, you feel it you feel empty or you feel alone. You feel like nothing is happening and it's kind of depressing. The Five of Pentacles indicates that to me. But the Three of Chalices might be indicating some way out, and the way out might be, either through friends or family or some social encounters. You have to open yourself up more to people so that you can meet more people and expand your social network.
My tack is a little different because I'm wondering if maybe from your point of view, you've seen, friends or other folks having really great relationships or really seeming committed. And then you've also seen those that weren't, but maybe struggled on. And so sometimes subconsciously or otherwise, this is a demotivator to you, that the Chariot reverse may indicate that maybe you have a demotivation, that you're reluctant because you do have the fear of things not working out, and maybe you have your own experience with that. You sort of allude to that, and so the idea is there's a little bit of confidence lacking within yourself. The need or the want to do that is there, but you may have to face the idea that you have to break a few eggs to scramble, that kind of thing, all those illusions that they make, that sometimes you may have to risk the dating pool. And I so get that. I am so glad I don't have to think about that at this point. Because
so you have to risk failure to, possibly move forward. Yeah, I get that. I see that there. That's pretty good, Mr. O. That's why he does the emotional exchanges program.
I am buoyed a little bit by the Three of Cups, because
I am too.
I sort of think the feeling is that you can easily be inspired by people friends or family or others, who you can see their relationship in action. Maybe somewhere in this next year you might feel yourself drawn to a wedding event or a celebration event. Hopefully it's safe, of course, where when sometimes, maybe this is just me, but when I see people who are really in love, that buoys me. And so sometimes you just have to sort of get into that thing there where you can feel love. You accept others' loves because they accept your love too, even if it's just about friendship.
Man, these cards today, they sometimes just reflect the present moment. So here we have the Gate, which is the mountain in this deck. And then we have the Witch's Jar, which is the fish in this deck. And so basically it's showing me that the flow is blocked right now. Well, basically you have to find a way to climb over that mountain, whatever this is. I think it is on you to make some moves in your life that are going to open those doors for you. You're not going to be able to just wait for somebody to waltz right in your life. You have to put yourself in a place where you will attract the kind of people you want towards you.
And I think, too, that there's a reason why this is really the fish, because there's that American saying, you're not the only fish in the sea. The idea that, if you're looking for love, you don't really have to go on a quest that will take forever. But it's also interesting to note that if that's the fish, you have these mermaid fish-like beings there, too. And so I'm thinking it's just saying, get into the swim, get into the mix. And, you if you don't try, you've made a decision to not try, but it's not the right decision necessarily.
That's what we have right now, Angel
So
Mary.
good luck. And
good luck.
Try to be brave.
And hey, Ima, finally, your turn. So if you're with us, we've got you covered.
So welcome
Ima,
to our
Libra,
new
January,
viewer,
and
Ima.
Janice.
If you're still here, hopefully, and you're waiting to ask your question.
Yes, they can.
I suppose
It's a form of communication, after all. But Mercury is really about the electronic and the fast-moving stuff.
But your brain is electronic impulses.
Yeah, waves and energy, absolutely.
You're welcome, Angel Mary. Good luck.
Oh, good luck. We wish you the best.
So, Ima, we're calling for you again for a reading.
How is that spelled again? I'll do it.
Ayma.
All right, we'll give them a second. It's possible we've lost them. And there is a little delay sometimes. That's why we give it a few moments. So, hey, what are we doing tonight after the live stream?
We're going to tell everybody?
It's related to our show, isn't it? Are we supposed to tape something?
I wanted it to be a surprise.
What?
We will be taping tonight our monthly reading that we do usually when the sun enters the next sign. So it's more of a astrological modality reading. And the modalities are another way of classifying energies within a horoscope. And so, as there are elemental signs, 4 elements: air, earth, water, and fire, there are 3 modalities, and each of the elements go into one of those modalities. So, for example, in fixed signs, you have Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus. And these modalities have a very important role to play in how we assemble our energies and work on our issues each month. So it's a unique reading. We came up with it ourselves. You need to watch it. It'll be on Wednesday night.
And we always air one monthly at the turn of the zodiac.
Yes, I said that.
Yes, I said that too. We get a little kooky at the end of the show. Just a warning.
So that's going to be on Wednesday the 21st, and it'll be good for the whole month, and everybody can get involved in that.
I fear that Ima's not here. We have not heard from them. So we can put them at the bottom of the list should they return.
Does that mean Libra's next?
That means Libra's next. Libra.
I saw their question. Very good.
All right, Libra.
So,
and then January Girl and Janice and Ima if they return.
And then we're out then. All right.
Well, I'm just getting my use out of this one today.
You betcha.
All right.
And just a reminder that we are on later in the week. We're on twice a week. We're normally on 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And this week
Thursdays.
It'll be 3 times because of our pop-up lives.
Yeah. So get a lot of us this week.
Ima is coming.
Oh, okay. Hi, Blah.
Hi, Blah. Well, we're going to do Libra cusps, and then we can throw Ima back in there because it's not changing the order too much. Ima can just post their question, and we'll get to them. Okay, Ima, post your question, but we started Libra cusps reading. We'll do that first.
And then we'll go to you.
And then we'll go to you.
So don't go away.
All right. So let's see. Well, we have the Ten of Wands, and that's reversed. The Ten of Candles in this deck. We have the Five of Presents, and that's reversed. That's the Five of Pentacles, so that looks a little ominous there. And then we have the Fool upright. So, to me, I don't know. I don't know if we're on the same mind on that Five of Pentacles reversed, but I feel the Five of Pentacles kind of is less hopeless than when it's upright. Mm-hmm. I feel that maybe help is arriving, and maybe some of the burdens that you've been feeling lately, whether they're emotional, physical, mental, are starting to ease a little bit now. You feel like maybe some help is on the way, and it's gonna, it looks like you're ready for something new, like some new adventure is coming your way. Maybe that's what's gonna shake things up, and like, for example, if you've been just feeling down and out, oppressed mentally, something is really going to shake up your world, and you're going to start doing something that could be really exciting.
These things propel you possibly into a new direction, mm-hmm. or at least give you the confidence to keep continuing in the direction you want to go in. What I see with the Five of Pentacles is that maybe something just finally clicks, something happens inside and makes you understand why some things have happened to you, things that you didn't want. Some of those might be the fact that you were barely or somewhat managing to reverse your fate, where you felt it was really going nowhere, or it was dark, but somehow you feel you reversed it. And maybe it was because you finally got the piece of
the puzzle.
The piece of the puzzle, I was going to say, the information, you talked to the right person, you read the right thing, something clicked or will be clicking very soon, and I believe this will kind of give you confidence to keep moving in a direction that you are actually already going in, I think.
This could be business related, but this could also be relationship. A Fool sometimes is the start of a new relationship as well. So there is that possibility here. I like that Fool card, I do.
Yes.
And that's Jack whatever, right? I forget his name there. Skeleton or
Jack Skeleton, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, just to sum that up again, I think that what's coming towards you is really a piece of the puzzle that maybe after feeling some pressure against you and some force against you, that somehow this is alleviated, and maybe it had more to do with talking with somebody, with understanding something. Like, what made the difference was really just a communication. Boy, does that sound Mercury retrograde. So maybe this is really
Indeed.
yet to happen, but it seems like it's converging on now that basically maybe people resolve a difference that was contributing to the feelings of oppression.
Let's do a Lenormand on this.
Yes, and we're going to get to you, Ima.
Yep. We saw your question.
We see your question, so...
Maybe, yeah, this is again, he was talking about getting information. We have the letter here, which is news, some communication, possibly in writing, that will come. And then the little goblin, which is a child. So I think this is just making it seem like something new is coming, but it's not going to be like, so I will say now that this is kind of qualifying the Fool a little bit to me, and it's just saying that it's not going to be a big thing, but it is going to be something that's going to inspire you and motivate you to move on, to push forward.
Well, maybe this piece of the puzzle is a letter, a document, some news that is actually physical that comes to you, even if it's in an email or whatever, that maybe it's something you're waiting for. Maybe there's a legal resolution of some sort. Maybe there's some sort of decision by somebody else that kind of gives you the ability to move beyond what was oppressive.
Yeah.
So
that's what we have for you.
Alrighty. Thanks, Libra.
Good luck, Libra.
And
Ima's up.
Ima asked a question about whether
A
they
house.
should reduce the offer on their house. Will it be
Can I
accepted if they do that?
Do the...
So that's kind of a pretty practical nuts and bolts question. We should
Yeah.
probably do that as a yes or no.
Well, I'm looking at that. I want to see, just a minute again, there was something that struck, I just want to see that. Oh no, if reduce my offer, will it be... Yeah, let's do it as a yes or no. Oh.
Got those?
Yeah.
Alrighty. You're welcome, Libra.
You can use that one next, sorry.
Ima, you've just pointed out a very interesting truth that I am a fan of. I am a Scorpio, by the way, and I'm closer to Sagittarius cusp, but I'm not really that close. However, I've had extremely unfortunate experiences with people who are on the Libra-Scorpio cusp. Almost dangerous at times.
I've had a theory about that.
The worst of both sides.
Well, in a way, well, it's not with all of them, probably.
course.
We just happen to meet the wrong ones, and who knows what other aspects were at play. But let's look at this. Let's look at that combination of Libra and Scorpio. Libra's about justice. Scorpio can be about revenge. Justice, revenge. So, it's like that bad playing out of justice, where somebody gets back at somebody who they feel deserves deserves it. So when we've had these dealings with these people, that's kind of what we were thinking. It was a malevolent sort of justice they were serving.
My life has never really been easy in some respects. How many people can say, oh yeah, I was almost threatened to be pushed off of a loft at a theater if
gosh.
you didn't agree with something? But that was nearly 40 years ago, but you just don't forget things like that.
I guess not.
Fire and Earth, Janice.
It's leaning towards yes. So I think that this is possible. The Six of Cups is reversed. Now you were asking about lowering an offer.
and whether that would be helpful. So to me, that card could be saying that it might not necessarily be the most helpful thing because it really
Well, I don't know. It's leaning towards yes.
it is, but this sort of is sort of in a contrary direction to me. It may be just saying that
Don't go too low.
don't go too low, but I get the feeling like, okay, so maybe the house is an older house. Maybe is what I'm feeling. So maybe I'm wondering if it's hard to sell mostly because it's an older house, and reducing the cost might help. So maybe that's what I'm picking up there.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you trying to buy a house or sell a house? I think. Are you talking about the offer that you're putting on a house? If you reduce the offer, will it
Maybe
be
I didn't
accepted?
understand that.
I just realized that. But I would say that, it's possible it will be accepted, but I don't think they're going to be really happy about that. Oh, you're buying. Okay, that's kind of
Yeah,
what I
that's
thought.
what you thought, right?
Sorry, I kind of thought that. So the Six of Cups reversed is kind of like, it's possible that if you do that, though, you could risk not making the move. It's possible they won't accept it. I mean, it is leaning towards yes, but there is a possibility, be very careful with how much you want to reduce it because they may not accept it. On the other hand, it might be because they're trying to leave. The other thing about this, Ima, is they might accept it because they're trying to leave behind this house. They really want to go. They want to put it as part of their past.
That's a really good point, Banshee.
I didn't think about that.
I was kind of struggling with that because at one point I was actually thinking that it had more to do with Ima, but I didn't quite see that why that was. But it's really about the seller, I guess.
Yes.
And that
I think they're trying to break their ties. They really want to move on, and so that is why it is leaning towards yes that they would accept a lower offer. But be careful. I mean, this is a kind of crazy environment right now. But is it more, and I'm not even sure, I have been out of real estate a little bit, although I'm thinking about whether we have to move or not. I don't know if it's a buyer or a seller's market right now.
So it does lean towards yes, but just, be careful.
Let me do
We're
a
going to do
Lenormand.
one more thing for you, Ima. Hold
Hang on, Ima. Sorry about that. Well, you could leave that there.
Okay.
You just threw that card with disdain, Mr. O.
Ian, I'm not sure. We're already in overtime.
Yeah.
Let's see what
I
happens.
had cut the list off after Janice, who there's only 2 more readings left. But let's see.
We'll turn one card for you. We'll just do a 1 card quickie for you. She's looking at me.
Well, okay. This could be you, or this could be, I don't know if you're dealing with a woman who's selling the property or a real estate agent. And then we have the fish, the flow, the monetary flow. Wow, I could go either way on this one, but I'm almost thinking it's reinforcing the fact that maybe you have some room to make this offer, this counter offer.
If there is anything, though, that is potentially making the house attractive to others, that could work against you with this.
The fish, which is what it is in the traditional Lenormand, is about money and financial flow. And of course, this is either for you, the significator, or possibly somebody who you're going to be dealing with in this real estate dealing. So they are looking at the money here, And I don't know if that's you or I don't know if that's the other person. So I would say tread carefully, go low. We did this once. We got this place, which I love the place we're at, but we made a counter offer and made a lower offer. It wasn't that much lower, in my opinion, on another condo we really wanted. and we got outbid. So
Yeah, it is a tricky business.
yeah.
Our general reading says it's leaning in your favor, but it does seem like there's wiggle room, like a fish would
careful.
wiggle.
That's what we have for you. I hope that helps.
So good luck, Ima.
And thanks for waiting. And we're on January Girl right now, and then Janice and I guess Ian. But after Ian, I am saying no more.
No more after Ian. Okay, so you're welcome.
All right.
So we're up to Janice now?
No, January Girl.
January girl. Whoops, sorry. JG, what you need?
Okay, Ima. So that could be for you, looking at the money. So, just be careful how you're, and I'm sure you're thinking about what's in your best interests, obviously, financially. So, good luck with that. I wish you the best. It does look possible.
Okay, I'm going to use my Gothic for January girl, and
All
her
right.
question has posted.
I see.
How should
Well, it's
we-
a little complicated. We'll look at the situation with 3 cards, but I think that. Yeah, I want to look at what cards. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, do you have to tell him you're looking at other offers? I would just say if you get another offer and it's better, go with it. But I'm not sure why you have to keep them informed of that. Because that could be a problem, because then it's like, well, you're only coming back to me because you have nothing better. And that doesn't always serve you well, when you're trying to work with someone.
It's one of those things about the economy that it makes me feel it's really messed up, because per what we're like with Ima or with other situations we're aware of, it's kind of a buyer's market for properties to some degree. But when it comes for getting a job, it's an employer's market, that they can be a lot more choosy about who they want, generally speaking.
I'm kind of leaning to reading these cards, the 3 cards, just seeing what it looks like going
Yeah,
to be now.
Right. Go ahead and cut.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh, the sun came out. Woohoo.
Fabulous.
It was supposed to get up to 60 here today. I don't know if it made it.
Interesting.
Well, King of Swords reversed is the first card. That's the only negative card here, because look here, there's the Queen of Swords upright. We've had this happen a bit today, whether we've had double queens or we've had king and
Yeah.
queen in the same suit. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles.
Which is a good card.
I know. I would say to go to B. I would just get it over with. You know what? Nothing is going to happen with you, January girl, I feel, until you resolve this thing with B. Either they're going to give you an offer, have you come back, or not. And so maybe you need to put that to rest before you can move forward.
I think that the King of Swords reverse mostly only speaks to your possible insecurities or doubt about making the decision. You don't feel you know enough, But I think that the Queen of Swords says you really can do that, and that maybe in some ways it's less about passion informing you, but about reason informing you when you decide that. And really, the ultimate result is it's a good thing. The 3 of Pentacles really
Yes.
says you would make the right choice, and that you would find
You would work out well there.
you would work out well there. People would like you there, is what it really looks like.
So-
People would appreciate you.
So the thing is, when I look at that Queen of Swords and the King, I'm kind of thinking that you have to put this to rest. The Queen of Swords is just like you now saying, hey, I'm ready and I really want to come back here, or I want to do the work here. Can you give me a spot or not? Because if not, I've got to get a job and I've got to do some work. So I'm going to move on, and just make them finally make a decision. And
Right, it could be that too. You're right. That's a good point, Banshee.
Well, I would say to just get it out of the way, because if that, it's possible that, sometimes the universe, if you're waiting for something else to happen, other opportunities are going to wait too, So once you decide and you put this one to rest or have made it work out for you, then you're set. And if you can put it to rest, then you can move on and open that door for new opportunities to appear.
Trust her. She knows what she's talking about. She
I
said
have
it was good
been
advice.
there. And look at this.
Ooh.
We get the haunted house. Woo! The house and the tower. So, I think this is saying, January girl, that whether this works out or not, I feel like you'd be really at home working for this institution or corporation or business. The clock tower is like a business or an institution, and the haunted house is like your home. So I don't know if even you could work from home, in some way with this place, but it looks as though you will feel really right at home there.
I can't say any more about that. I think that unlike the Tarot's tower that sort of has an isolating effect, this is really more about a coming together effect. And so combined with the house, it really does seem like this would be some sort of marriage in a way. So you really should check into that, and I hope it works out for you.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Hey, Janice, you are up. You
Hi,
are
Janice.
up, and then Ian.
And that's all.
And we call it a day. You're welcome, January girl.
You're very welcome.
Time for pumpkins.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, this year is kind of short. We only got a few months left, so let's see what they say.
2.5. Hey, you never know though, right?
Oh, thanks, Angel. I think it's kind of flowed today. Actually, we were talking about Thursday's stream, and we felt really good after that. I don't know, we felt like everything just kind of fell in place there, too.
I was the king of the universe. Okay, maybe.
In his mind.
Thanks, Angel. That's really nice of you.
A neurotic girl. Hey, I have my own neuroses, believe me. Shuffle away.
I put the OT in neurotic.
Someday.
Overtime!
Someday there'll be a soul story written about this whole year for me, actually 3, and what happened to me at work, without giving away my workplace, hopefully. But there is such a soul story there, and all I can say is it's hard being an empath and a psychic and seeing things are going to unfold before they happen. And that happened to me time after time after time in these last 3 years at work, and it was just uncanny.
So this is a yes/no?
Is it?
In a way.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess it is. I didn't think about that.
We can always embellish.
Yes, I think we will. Whoa, it's possible. It's leaning towards yes, and you have the Knight of Ghosts here, Janice.
Which is about the coming or going of possibly romantic things.
Yeah, this is the Knight of Cups, and so this could mean a relationship beginning or ending, or moving fast. So I wonder, let's see, so are you meeting someone for a serious relationship? I'm going to say maybe on the serious part, but I think you might be meeting somebody for a relationship. Sometimes the Knight moves fast, so it might be that it's coming quickly, but it might also mean that it might come and go. But it's definitely going to be something exciting, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Per the way you asked it, I think mostly it is saying the answer is yes, in that from the point of what you expect romance to mean, or the sense of an emotional involvement, it will fulfill.
Yeah. It's really positive, but I'm just not sure it's going to be, uber serious.
Well, things take
But
time
there
to
is
become over
definitely
serious.
going to be an attraction, and I don't mean it just as a physical thing. I think there's definitely going to be an emotional attraction.
So let's do a Lenormand
Yeah.
for Janice and see what else that tells us. Thanks
And
for
your
understanding.
aces were both upright, which
Yeah.
again indicates to me there's a lot of positivity behind this. Yes, so it's leaning towards a good positive yes. It's
Now,
not definite.
if it does happen by the end of the year, you absolutely have to come back and
you
tell
have
us
to
it
tell
did.
us.
Sometimes fall and the holidays is a good time to start relationships. It's a festive time for many people. They're going to different activities where they may meet people. This year is obviously different, so do be careful.
Well, I would suggest this. Okay, we have the
The
bats,
bats.
and then we have the fog. Now, the bats sometimes are news, but people talking. It's kind of like gossip or news. And the fog and the clouds is kind of about depression or confusion. So I'm wondering too if something you hear about this person you will meet, and by the way, it could be a water sign. I will throw that out there. The possibility exists. This could be somebody who's a water sign. You might get some misleading information about, or some information that concerns you a little bit. So, be aware. Sometimes people gossip, but also sometimes people will try to pull you aside and, hey, watch for this one, blah, blah. So I'm just saying there might be some chatter connected to this in some way.
Because we had those positive aces over there, and because this really does speak to romantic adventures of some sort, I think that the gossipy thing and the cloudy thing is giving me a glimmer that maybe if you're able to go to some outing, a Halloween kind of event or something like that, that maybe you're going to hear this buzz about somebody who's interested in you or who thinks you look nice or something like that. That's the gossip thing there. The other part of it with the cloud just maybe suggests that you'll feel a little bit daunted, but not enough to really totally throw it off because it's what you're looking for. So you may just proceed with that. And it looks mostly like it's going to be harmless and not really a troublesome thing, I don't think.
Well, the fog could also be, sometimes when we have an attraction, whether it's emotional or physical, you're in kind of a foggy state where you maybe aren't looking at you are looking at the person through, what do they call them? Rose-colored glasses. And so you're not seeing them as they actually are. And there may be something later that somebody says, hey, did you know that this person blah, blah, blah? The old gossip mill. And take it all with a grain of salt. I mean, people always deserve a second chance in the world. So I'm always one to give people a second chance. But 3 strikes and they're out.
Your cards are positive for
Yeah.
your question. So
Yeah.
I think that, probably, like I said, something will probably happen by the end of this year. And you absolutely must tell us.
And hey, Ian, you are up. And I'll tell you what, we'll just do a reading for you, Ian. You got a
Sure.
question?
Yeah, go ahead with your question. We will do the regular reading for you. We figure if you could wait this long, we can do it.
That's right.
That's right, not judging at first sight. But I don't know. To me, when I see the Knight of Cups, I sort of think, hubba hubba, it's somebody interesting coming into somebody's life.
Absolutely. Well, it definitely is relationship to me.
It feels romantic and
romance,
relationship.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Ian, don't make us wait too long.
Hey, Ian. So don't forget to like the pages
Yes, people.
before you depart. And we're on our last
There we
read.
are.
There we are. Okay. one of your decks?
Sure, let's do the Adrian again. Okay, let's take a look
I
at that.
think we should probably throw 3 cards on that.
Sure.
Because it's a little more multifaceted.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds, interesting. If you're into travel, just make sure, of course, that
Oh gosh, in this day, I know it's tough right now.
everything is secure. Shifted.
But that sounds exciting.
I'm not really much of a traveler, but I always, in my mind, thought that would be cool if I could do something like that. Okay, so here are your 3 cards. You have the reverse Knight of Swords.
Knight of Swords?
Knight.
Knight. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Mhm.
This is the 10 of Wands reversed.
10 of Wands reversed.
Oh, and it's the Magician reversed.
Magician reversed.
All right.
Some
Well,
of this is not looking very good. Let's take a look.
so the Knight of Swords is reversed. Well, I'm not sure it's going to happen. There might be a variety of reasons why.
Mercury retrograde.
No, I think that, just a minute. What is that other card again? I'm forgetting right
That's
there.
the Magician.
Oh, the Magician reversed. The Magician reversed. So, I'm just wondering if in this particular case, for this particular job, if they're just questioning whether you actually have, all the skills, or if there is somebody else they are looking at that possibly has the skills that they are looking for that may trump you a little bit there. But I do feel, too, that there may be something else at play. That right now they're trying to unburden themselves from something. Maybe it's an economic issue because of the COVID crisis. Maybe it's something, and maybe it's delaying them from hiring, somebody at this time. What do you think about this combination and what I
It's
just
really
said?
intriguing because it's a little hard to get a handle on it.
Yeah.
But I am more or less agreeing with you. I feel like there is something that they want to lose. Hopefully it's not you as a prospect. But this is saying too that maybe they feel what they want to lose is somebody with a higher skill set that would be more likely to not stick around or would be overqualified for the job. So they maybe are wanting to not necessarily get somebody that they think is too qualified for the job because maybe they won't be happy staying there. So that's possibility what I see there. The Knight of Swords is a little troubling too because it may just be that their business manners and ways are not totally proficient, and maybe some of that is just because there's disorganization with corona protocols on everybody. Maybe things that were handled by one person now have to filter through other situations to be handled. So I'm thinking that it's really edgy. It looks like they're vacillating or they're not really ready to commit more on a decision.
There may be circumstances beyond your control on this one, and I feel that
That's true.
they are basing their decision on, your qualifications. So you were asking about how to work around this. So I assume you probably, hopefully, have sent them a follow-up thank you letter, if they've given you an interview or if they're going to give you an interview. There may be, if you haven't, maybe you need to do that and stress why you feel you do have the qualifications for this job, how you can be an asset to the company and not a burden, and maybe that would help move this along.
Maybe they're expecting a little bit more forceful personality from you. I'm not saying you're not. I don't really know you, but maybe they're maybe how you presented originally to them or how they're looking at it is they need to see that from you, and maybe it's like what Banshee said here too, is that you might need to be a better advocate for yourself, or try to be. That's what I'm seeing, I think.
And let's see what
You
we've
have to
got
plead
here.
your own case a little bit stronger to some degree.
Ah,
So we have the deadly flowers, which is the flowers in the Lenormand. And then we have the ball and chain, which could be the anchor, is the anchor from the regular Lenormand deck.
well, I'm just a little sad because you waited to the end here to get a reading. Maybe I would have rather given you just one card. Because what I'm seeing here with the ball and chain, now remember, the ball and chain is the anchor. And the anchor is something that holds something in place. You're looking at traveling with this job and moving abroad, and I'm seeing you staying in place.
The flowers is
The lilies.
the lilies, so it's about growth. So
Yeah.
it's saying that maybe the a best outcome would be that maybe they have something else you could do, but it wouldn't be the exciting job you want, something that would more or less keep you here. But it may be that this just isn't totally looking like it's working out.
I'm not sure it's working out, but on the other hand, I will say that if it does work out, this would probably be a place where you could hone your skills more and find a home for a while. In other words, this would be a job that I think you would stay at for a while. But I'm a little bit iffy here that they're going to give it to you, and that's just the way it looks. It may not be true. So
Yeah, with that said, it does seem that way too, that if this was achieved, you would be able to find a way to grow here and mature, as provided you could stick around for a while. But it's getting there, because some of these cards look a little dubious, and like I said, I think you mostly have to be a little more forceful to some degree with them. You can't be too forceful,
no,
of
not
course,
pushy.
but you have to be a better advocate for yourself somehow.
I would just say show your enthusiasm,
Yes.
and your drive, and that you have this interest and you feel you are ready to tackle this job.
When the Knight of Swords is upright, it does represent a very enthusiastic personality. So it's saying that the seeds of that are contained here. You just have to dig into yourself and find that a little bit.
Yeah. I hope that helps a little bit, Ian. I hope that does. And
Thanks for sticking around.
yeah, thanks for sticking around and best of luck with it. And remember, tarot's just a snapshot in time. Knowledge is power. You can take this knowledge and try to make the situation work for you.
I hope you like the page, and I hope you'll come back and tell us how things went.
Absolutely. So, hey, everybody, we're done.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. I've enjoyed it immensely. And stay tuned for more from us. It can only get bigger and better once I retire. So, anyway, take care, and do come to our pop-up live stream on Saturday to learn about past lives. It could be fun. All right. Take care, everybody, and we will close now, right, Mr. O? And see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.